Today we're working on a thermostat replacement on a 2010 Audi A4 with the 2.0 turbo, and there was just confusion about which thermostats to purchase that will fit and replace the original. So this is the original. It's got the Audi 06J, all the numbers on there, and when you look up online, just like your local auto parts store, you get this motorad 708203, but there's controversy about it not fitting, so I ordered another one through Mahle, which I guess bought Bear, something to that effect, with that code there, and I did the measurements on it so everyone could see exactly how they line up. I'm going to put these in one at a time. So this one came out like this, and you can see there's little grooves on those brackets, and there's little grooves inside the water pump where this is supposed to slide in and lock in place. Doesn't move, it's nice and flush. And then this, of course, will have its O-ring sitting in here, and then that will sit down nice and flush. Let's pull the motorad. It's got little cutouts in the bracket, so let's try to slide that in. That's not sitting in there. Pick it up and turn it. Now it fits in there, but it's loose. And that does not want to sit flush, and that's even with the O-ring not in it. Now let's try the Mahle. It's the Bear. See, it's got the grooves in it, and that fits perfect just like the original one does. And that one seats down. So let's go over the measurements. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so this is the sequence that the chart runs. So this is the original that I pulled off, and this is the motorad replacement, the Mahle or Bear replacement number. Now this is an 06J thermostat and thermostat housing instead of 06H, which is INZI, which has a different looking thermostat altogether. So you have to find out which one you have to even order the right part to begin with. So H is for height, so that would be total height top to bottom. And you can see that the motorad is actually taller than the other two as well. And then the diameter is going to be just the diameter across this way. And the diameters are all spot on. The top height I did separately, so just this, from this top piece to this base, as the motorad was taller, and then the base height was all the same, so from this lip here to the bottom, and then the bracket itself, so that's got those grooves in it, so the width between here to here, again the motorad was larger, so I don't know why they say the motorad is a direct replacement, because it absolutely does not fit and is not a direct replacement. And something else that I wanted to do was just remove this while it was on the car without taking the water pump out. I just wanted to remove the thermostat. So when this is sitting in the car, it's very much like, let's see, very much like this. The problem is that the way it's leaned and the way there's a bump out here in the car, so you can barely get this T30 bit out, and you have to use something like this to have room to get this out, and even then it's difficult to get your fingers up under there. This other screw back here, I didn't know it at the time, but it's actually a 5mm Allen head. I assumed it was a triple square like everything else on this car, but it was not. So potentially, it's already took the water pump off because I found that after the fact. Potentially, you could actually get an Allen wrench in here and take this screw out and be able to pull this out and leave the water pump on. So maybe, maybe not, but I'll have to find out a different time. And the reason I'm replacing this is because we got a 2181 code, coolant, some sort of error. And I did my live data with my scan tool, and the car is only reaching 172 degrees on top end when it's hot. And these are supposed to be at 203 degrees, so the car wasn't getting hot enough. I was just I assume it was somewhat stuck open, just keeping coolant flowing through. So anyway, it took me a while to figure all this out, and hopefully it helps the next guy out who wants to change their own thermostat without going through all the troubles of ordering this, taking it apart, and realizing that this piece of garbage does not fit at all. So hopefully it helps you out, man. Thanks.